Welcome back to Crypto Lodge. We'll be taking a listen. Welcome back to Crypto Lodge. We'll be taking a listen to Scarab Finance AMA in the Discord here in about 10 minutes. So let's just get in there. General voice chat. All right. So we should hear it. We should see it when it starts happening. Anyways, this is Scarab.finance. Been a pretty great play for everybody that got in. It's printing still about 10% daily APR in a series of epochs throughout the day, 3 times a day. So it's about 3.3% every epoch, which is pretty great. And you got the LPs here. Let's look at the actual daily APR, and the G Scarab LP is still 6.8, 2,515% APR. And then we have the Scarab LP, where the APR is 6.14% daily. And then the Temple has 3,509% APR. So let's look at the chart, and I'm going to open up chat and paste this link over in the Telegram. And we should be hearing from the Discord chat soon. Voice AMA. Usually done by Lord Scarab, I believe. I have an interview with him if you check my last video uploaded before this one. Alright, let's take a look at this G Scarab chart. So we're getting near the previous floor here. It's still up a lot. It doesn't look like much, but it is, from $700 to 3,538. The high here was almost 9K, almost $9,000 from $700 plus insane APRs from day one. So money added up very quick, and it's still adding up quick. Every 6 hours or so, you get a reward that is substantial compared to the amount of money you put in. Let's just quickly look at T-Share. It's back under 16K. It was above 16K this morning, and T-Share had a brutal pullback. It made a new all-time high at $24,000. and pulled all the way back to 13.6K. So T-Share got hit hard. And I guess they're doing some sort of bailout now, which is making people more bullish on Scarab. Good evening, RMP. How are you? This voice chat should start soon. Scarab's price is looking like it's just following Phantoms, though, at this point. Anybody that was into Phantom and Phantom altcoins had a great week, great couple weeks. Yeah, that was a great move. This took 55 days, or maybe a little longer, to get to the bottom, and then it just shot up. It started shooting up right before Andre and Daniel announced launching products, 139% in 15 days. So we're just consolidating a little bit. Bitcoin, not doing well. I think a lot of people are going to be selling Bitcoin in the near future here, because it's just not worth holding. When DeFi gives you passive income, daily passive income, What are you going to get holding Bitcoin? Look at that. That's terrible. Yikes. And for Phantom to be making a move up while Bitcoin's moving down like this shows a lot of strength. A lot of strength. Or at peak here, 68K. It's just never really put in any moves since then. If we zoom out even further, doesn't look good. Look at that. That was a big dump. This is a big dump. Doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. Why would it? Who wants Bitcoin? I really don't know. So people are expecting a move like this to happen again. I guess that's what they're thinking. Something like this to happen again, which they're not understanding. That it could go a lot lower, and it's probably not going to pump like that again. That would take it up to 28K if we dropped all the way down to 16K even, and then put in another move like this. You got to remember that was the Black Swan event right here, and returns are diminishing as time goes on. The move from a lower level up to here was like a 10x, 20x or something. So every cycle, the Bitcoin rewards get lower. The amount you earn in Bitcoin gets lower. Let's just take a look at where near the 20 week it is. That looks pretty bad. Let me open it in another browser where I got the 20 week. The bull market support band, which coins don't respect anymore. It used to be when Bitcoin was above the bull market support band, aka the 20 week and the 21 week, then altcoins are bullish and they fly historically. And then when Bitcoin is under the 20 week, under the support band, altcoins typically dump. But we're not seeing that now. I mean, a lot of coins are dumping with Bitcoin, but a good amount of them are not. Just want to make sure we don't miss this voice chat. Oh, I gotta turn my mic off. Boop. Is this where it's gonna be? I'm not sure. I mean, it must just be a voice channel here. All right. So not yet. They have a very active Discord here. Oh, I'm in tune. What am I doing? There we go. In the lounge. All right. Let's take a look at the 20 week here. We should hear it when it starts. Everyone's popping in now. We'll hear it as soon as it starts. All right, so we held the support here at the 20 week back in September, August, and made a good jump for Bitcoin. But since then, we fell right through the 20 week, came back up, touched it, rejected. There's 3 rejections right in a row here. And we're just falling. It's in free fall. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance actually. BTCD. This is what caused the shakeout yesterday and the day before. Bitcoin dominance suddenly went up really fast. See this wick here? It went up very fast, and it started shaking the whole market. But as you can see, Bitcoin's been on a downtrend in dominance since beginning of time. That's the 40% dominance line for Bitcoin. As you can see, it's a historical point where Bitcoin whales want to keep it above 40%. So it went down under but bounced, came back, bounced, stayed above it for a while. Then we came and bounced, and didn't bounce. Went right down through it this time. So hopefully this one sticks and we just go down, because Bitcoin having an effect on coins that have nothing to do with Bitcoin just doesn't make any sense to me. I'd like to see a crypto market that functions more like the stock market, more of a meritocracy instead of just what Bitcoin's doing, your coin's going to do. I don't like that. Things were nice and predictable when it was like that. However, it's going to be much better when we pick coins that have good utility, good use case, and they pump because of that and not just because of what Bitcoin's doing. Although it was nice to say, hey, it's under the bull market support band, so I'm getting out of alts and going into Bitcoin. Or, hey, it's over the bull market support band, so I'm getting out of Bitcoin and going into alts. That used to be the method, and it's just not anymore. We spend a lot of time under the 20-week, but Phantom's still pumping. Harmony 1 is still pumping. Atom is still pumping. There we go.
Nicht gut.
So here's the Scarab Finance Voice AMA. Maybe they're just testing the mic. Okay, let's get back to the chart then. And let's look at Phantom. Hopefully there's some bullish news. I know Lord Scarab said there will be something released today, and look at that weekly. Beautiful. Beautiful weekly. Imagine getting it back here. 2 cents. What's the low here? Under a cent. Way under a cent. I don't have enough digits turned on here. But as far as the zoomed out Phantom goes, it's great. Nice trajectory. Here we go. Kind of music. Okay. Well, we'll keep waiting, looking at charts.
I'm fine.
He's talking to his dog. Bitcoin's down 13% in the past 7 days. Ethereum's down 15%. I called a red Ethereum for January. And certainly probably Bitcoin. Solana down 21%. That might go under $100. We're going to see more downside for the broader market in Bitcoin. However, there's plenty of coins putting in gains. Especially Phantom altcoins. There's Atom. Atom's up 30% in the week. 11.3% today. That's a nice spark chart. But pretty much all the large caps related to Bitcoin are looking like Litecoin right now and Bitcoin Cash. Here's Phantom, down 1% today, up 21% in the week. It's up 140% in the past 15 days. ICP's up. That looks good. So it's nice to see certain coins ignoring. Harmony One, perfect example. Ignoring Bitcoin. Phantom ignoring Bitcoin. Atom ignoring Bitcoin. Quant. But the most of the market is pretty ugly. They're all following Bitcoin. Oh well, Yearn is up 10% in 7 days, 3% today. Yearn's a great protocol. And the token, there's only like 61,000 YFI tokens in existence, so that price is going to get crazy, especially when they ported it over to Phantom. It's going to get better. It's pretty much the blue chip DeFi on Ethereum. Secret's up a lot. 24% in the week, 14% today. Let's see what it sorts to. What's the biggest gainer? It's probably just a bunch of small caps. Okay, so they're keeping just large caps. So Harmony's coming in good. Harmony, Atom, Link.
Hi.
There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Is that just a user? Okay. We're still waiting. We're just gonna look at these charts, scan the overall market. Let's look at an incognito window. Go to Coinbase. Gives you a little cleaner view than CoinMarketCap. All right. PlayDAP is up a ton of views, 1.6 thousand views. Let's go to gainers. We got Kyber at the top. And leave it to Coinbase to not list Phantom on a top gainer. I guess this is just for the day though. Let's go to the week. There it is. 21% in the week, so it beat UMA, Balancer, Keep, IOTX, SNX. But the top mover is still Atom. That's moving great. Chainlink's moving great. Harmony One is a great blockchain that the DeFi.
Hello guys. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Oh, great.
How is everyone today?
Fantastic.
Nice. You can speak, guys. We can chill a bit and wait for Pharaoh if you want. So, Locke, are you there?
Yep.
Can you talk me a bit what the Scarab printer is?
My understanding is that it's just a reflection token that there's a tax on the transactions, and the tax is a split. Hold on, let me pull up the information here from their Discord.
Yeah, it just buys G-Scarab and reflects it back to people.
Yeah, so it applies by pressure on G-Scarab?
Yeah, because if you hold G-Scarab, then there is a tax. 4% tax goes to liquidity. 8% goes to reflections, which is used to buy G-Scarab, and then it gets distributed to the holders of G-Scarab.
Okay, so Who did it?
I did.
Oh, nice.
I got reflected about $200 worth of G-Scarab.
Are you asking who created it or who is a holder of G-Scarab?
Who created it?
A friend of a friend of Tulips.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
My understanding.
A collaborative effort from some community members in the Tulip DAO. It
Yeah,
was
that's
just
a better way,
taking advantage of the meta of people buying these printers. But what we've been seeing on like anything, they'll pop up on Dex Screener, and like 2 to 3 hours later, they disappear with the liquidity. So we found maybe this was a good opportunity to provide a safe token that fit the meta, supported a project that we already were involved in and we loved, and that way we could maybe stray away from all the rugs that are going on out there right now.
Okay, that's nice. Very nice. We would like to thank you then.
And I
didn't
think,
know what it was.
things that it was done more on the community as like no involvement with Scarab, just as a fun project that we were interested in. If it had like benefits that we could move forward and use it to work with Scarab in the future and the like long term to benefit the buy pressure on G Scarab, that'd be great. But it's really just what it is at the moment, and it can be whatever the community wants it to be.
Yeah, that's nice. If you guys aren't doing any harm to anyone, I don't see the problem in it. Like at all.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it was multi-sigged. Everything is under lock. There were some issues with the launch, but everything's been resolved. Everything's been proofed. It was just a fun community project.
Okay, that's nice. So our values are getting a bit lower, but our TVL is still solid. Grow. We are still way over peg, which is nice. So guys, are we ready to take a boom if we try? What do you guys think?
I think Coinbase is right around the corner, and it'd be interesting to see what G-Scarab does with that, or Scarab in general, the whole community.
Coinbase right around the corner for Phantom.
There will be new updates coming soon though.
That's
We expect one of them to be a massive update that increases our total liquidity by a lot.
Wow.
And also Pharaoh has some new updates about ways to provide liquidity and bring liquidity in the project. Okay guys, can you guys give me 5 minutes? I'll be right back.
I agree.
Yeah, go
Coinbase is
for it.
right around the corner. I agree.
I'll be
with
right
that.
back.
It's been on Coinbase custody for quite some time now. So institutional money has been buying Phantom through Coinbase for months. Maybe even all of 2021, I'm not sure.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Good chance to say hello to the community.
Hello.
We just need our own Harry over here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Harry.
Hey guys, how you doing?
There we go. That's him.
What's up,
Great,
man?
thank you.
Okay, so the market's still eating shit. Bitcoin decided to commit seppuku on top of the mountain, so we're all taking a bit of a dip. It's fine. We're still above peg. We're still things are still under control. We think we're finding our resistance spot. Last dip, we went to 10 million. This dip, we went to 13. And we have our Scarab's at lower price than it was last dip, which means for us to maintain a lower price and higher TVL, it means we have more people joining. It means our basis is a little bit more solid. We're holding fine. It's normal to see these dips, especially after the market went up so badly. We're having a bit of a correction. I think Ethereum was at like $3,200 or 31 and something. So things are tough right now in the crypto market. It happens, and I think we're all used to this, especially people who like going for the gen plays. I think we're all used to seeing a dip in the market, make prices tank a little bit. It's perfectly normal. We're continuing what we do. We're gonna hold strong and continue working on things to bring you guys and to bring on more people and to continue to grow the project. And yeah, I just came on by to talk to you guys a bit. For the new people coming in, I also wanted to explain the protocol a little bit. So, essentially, for those who would like to know what you can do to help the protocol in these situations, we essentially advise or either 60-40 or 70-30 strategy. Essentially, you take either 60% or 70% of your assets into Scarab Phantom LP. You form G Scarab. You were also going to put like 30% of your assets or 40% of your assets into G Scarab in the temple, or you can split your G Scarab between the temple and G Scarab LP. And essentially, your G Scarab farm will give you your profits. You take 10% of that, and you take profits because, again, we always try to tell everyone you should take profits. You should always take profits from every single project. It's a way to secure your investment over time and make sure you cover yourself from risk. You then compound the rest of your Scarab into your Scarab Phantom LP, and continue compounding from there. And this way, you can still secure your profits and slowly over time have your initial investment safe. And if you want to invest it in another project or just save it into US stables and take it out for yourself, fiat, whatever. But this is a strategy we defend to help the protocol stay healthy. These things are very community driven. It's really important that everyone does their part. It's how these things work. It really can't work any other way. So, yeah. Any questions, guys, and anything you guys want to ask us? Or, yeah.
Are there any plans to offset if PEG does get below, or are we just going to go basically bonds?
So the team has, a stacked treasury. We're also going to use the funds from the DAO funds to help us go above PEG if we should ever fall below. This is essentially what we're going to do is just use our assets to help us get us back to PEG. The team also buys bonds and also does their part. We'll also have G Scarab that we're gonna periodically sell to buy more Scarab to help keep the price healthy and to buy bonds to help the protocol. These are all steps that we can take, and these are the steps that we will take should we fall below PEG. This is how we maintain it. The protocol is designed to handle these situations. It doesn't just crumble out of nowhere. Should we fall below PEG, we can help maintain it, and not just collapse under completely. We can still control the situation. It's just a matter of buying bonds and selling your part of the G Scarab that we have to buy bonds and continuously regain the PEG and help stabilize the situation as we continue developing things to bring value and add more people, which will help stabilize our situation too. Any other questions, guys?
Why is everyone so quiet, guys? Everyone is so shy. Why?
So many people here.
I mean, I just have praise for you guys. I think the way you launched this was pretty well done. And whatever, we have market testing right now, but no big deal.
Yeah, so
we are handling it. The peg is
Yeah,
still.
you're
we are still
doing better
overpaid.
than any launch I've seen this year. So thank you. The way you guys are handling this, the whole thing.
Really no information.
we're trying our best, and we understand that it gets scary, but we know we expected this. We fully expected this because
Me
the
too.
protocol is designed to be around peg. So we weren't going to be at like 2.8 or 2.6 or 2.7 for very long. It's not possible. That means you have to grow really fast, which becomes unsustainable quite quickly. So the protocol is designed to go around the peg. It's also when Scarab becomes more of a valuable, more of a attractive asset because it's a hard sell to tell someone buy this at 2.0 peg. It's designed to go to 1.1, and they go, well, why am I going to buy it if you're telling me it's going to go down a half? Well, there's reasons, and there were reasons because you were going to farm a ton, and hopefully you farmed a ton to cover the loss that you had on Scarab.
Exactly.
But now people don't have that problem, right? So you can tell people, buy this asset. It's designed to be at around this value the whole time. It might fall a little bit, it might go up a little bit, but it's designed to be at around that and stabilize at around that value. And while you have it, it's farming something for you. So now it's a much more interesting asset for people who are more averse to risk and people who don't want to take the chance on an asset they know really rapidly, getting offset by what they're farming. So it becomes a little bit less of a gen play and more of a little bit of an asset that people can buy who are a little more risk and don't want to risk as much as other people. So we fully expect a little bit of a transition. We know some guys will leave because they want huge daily APRs forever, and some people might leave. But people who are afraid to get in the beginning because the peg was too high or because they thought it was too unstable, now that they're seeing Scarab maintaining its value and not just collapsing into the dirt out of nowhere. Those people can start coming in. They see that there's a little bit less risk than it was in the beginning. So of course there's a little bit of a less reward because the higher the risk, the higher the reward you have to give. So essentially the protocol is designed to start stabilizing, become less and less of a risk factor, and become and start printing a little bit less because that's what accompanies it. If you're taking on less risk, you take on less reward. Any other questions, guys?
A few people asked in general, what's the UI update coming?
Right.
So it's still in development. We wanted to make something cool for you guys, a little bit different. So it's still gonna take a while. We launched like a week ago, so it hasn't been that long. I think Tomb took like 4 months to update their UI.
Yep.
So we're gonna take a little bit. It's only been a week. I can't promise you guys that it's gonna come in like already next week, but maybe 2 weeks to 3, we can give you a completely different UI. That's what we're aiming for. There's a lot of things to work on right now. We understand that the UI is one of them, but there's a lot of things that take time and take time away from the team to develop, and I can't just drop everything. And so we're gonna take a little bit. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but we're gonna get it done. So 2-3 weeks is where we're trying to target it. I don't want to make promises, but that's what we're trying to aim for. Any other questions?
Yeah, Mummy said you guys are working on something to add liquidity. Is there anything you can share with us about that?
So depends. Mummy, we're talking about the new update, or what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the magic button, but
Okay,
I don't
yeah,
think that
yeah.
we can tell them about it yet.
Yeah, we can't tell you about it yet, but we're planning a cheeky little feature. We'll we'll disclose it. When we announce it. It's just a cheeky feature we thought would be interesting. For people who hate being below peg for days, we're gonna give them a treat. Maybe they'll like it, maybe they won't. But we'll reveal the surprise when it's ready. It should be done today, and we should be revealing it today. We're just working on a few things before we launch it. But if it's not ready today, tomorrow morning we should be launching it.
We don't know
Okay, I
what
just
it
want to
is
say
yet.
thanks for this project. It's been super awesome since launch. One of the, like somebody else said, most stable I've seen of new projects. But I was curious if you could just speak a little bit to the APR rewards and how the market fluctuation affects those.
So the APRs are based on a few things. First, the amount of epochs that have passed, you start expanding slower, and based on the amount of liquidity that's inside of the pool. So right now, the rewards are going to start diminishing a little bit. It's really necessary. There's no way that I can maintain a 10-20% daily APR for weeks on end with $20 million liquidity.
Yeah.
Because that means that every single day I would be printing like $4-5 million, 10. So there's no way to maintain that, because you would have to have an incredible amount of growth constantly to keep that up. So the APRs just go down a little bit over time. That's just from the amount of epochs that pass. On the temple, you're gonna get a little bit less scarab per when the periods from epochs shift. You will also be getting a little bit of a lower APR on your Scarab Phantom LP and your G Scarab Phantom LP. Not only as the amount of liquidity goes up, and if it goes down, then the APR should go up a little bit naturally. But also from the amount of time it passes, you will also be getting less G Scarab on your LPs. So the reason this happens is, again, it's really hard to maintain a very high APR, because you need enough influx to maintain it, right? And it's quite hard to maintain that. These protocols need a lot of liquidity coming in and a lot of movement. That's why they generate so much volume, is because they take up so much movement. So maintaining an APR like we had at launch for a long period of time is just impossible, and they will go lower. But it's basically, as the protocol stabilizes, that's what happens. These APRs go lower, and the investment gets a little bit less risky with time.
It's like you said, though. It's the offer that you're going to offer investors once you get to that stabilizing point is what Tomb is currently offering everyone, and that's where you want to be anyways. That's where we all want to be. You want to be able to offer a 1-to-1 ratio, or somewhere around that, to all the Phantom investors. So
yeah, the advantage is you essentially single stake Phantom for a higher reward than any other protocol can give you. That's the point. It is it's a challenge to get to that point. It really is.
Just getting around it is good, and you guys have done a really good job of like maintaining. I mean, that ratio of like how high do you go, how low do you go? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's been it's been really a community effort. We really can't take all the credit, because everyone here that's what maintained it. That's what helps it. We explain how the protocol works, and we put out infographics, and we share with the community this importance, and people just started teaching each other, started sharing it with everyone else, and they were following that strategy. Whenever I came here and talked to people and said, hey, the peg is too high, sell a little bit more of Scarab, people did it, and that's awesome. We can't take all the credit, because that was really up to you guys, and you're the ones who helped us do it. We couldn't have done it on our own. We just didn't have the funds to control the market like that. So That's really not our credit. That's you guys. Yeah. So we have a little bit of a different vision from Tomb, where these protocols go long term. So Tomb's vision and Harry's vision for Tomb is he wants it to be a store of value. That to me is unrealistic. I don't think anyone's gonna buy grapes with Tomb, or go. Tomb's not gonna replace $1. That's never gonna happen. Tomb's not a store of value. It's just there because people are putting money in it. So I don't think I will ever consider Scarab a store of value, and that is not our goal. Our goal is to use a liquidity-driven protocol like this that essentially runs on liquidity, and combine it with liquidity-driven assets like arbitrage bots, which is what we're planning on implementing, in the future, to generate revenue for the protocol to help stabilize it and keep it profitable. So to us, it's really not about being a store of value. I don't think that's realistic. I don't even think that's possible. For us, it's to essentially attract liquidity and use all of that liquidity to generate revenue with several different strategies. And we are going to expand. I've already talked a little bit about it. My long-term vision for this protocol and for this project is really to build an ecosystem, not just arbitrage bots, but get our own nodes, use those nodes to run not only our arbitrage bots and prioritize our transactions, making them faster, and run on without needing to pay gas, because we're essentially paying gas to ourselves, but also create sandwich bots and front-running bots. Maybe even establish a DEX. We also are planning on adding games. So essentially, create a whole ecosystem. We've also been discussing getting our own auto compounders. So essentially, create this whole ecosystem of usage for Scarab, where we can generate revenue, and that revenue is designed to basically maintain our peg and keep us in the protocol and make sure we're healthy. So to me, there is no point in saying that we could ever become a store of value. It's not attainable. I don't know. If people disagree with that, that's fine. That's just not a way I can see it. I think these protocols can only actually work if you manage to start generating revenue with the liquidity that's stored inside of it. Otherwise, they're unsustainable. I can't give you guys, even, let's say, in 6 months, a 300% APR, is pretty good. It's a pretty good APR, and it's very hard to sustain. And especially if you reach $1 billion, that means you're giving people, you would have to generate $3 billion every year. So to do that, you can't just wait for more money. That's not possible. What you need to do is take what you have and generate revenue with it. Any other questions, guys? And did that answer your question?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a question. Why is Scarab Finance don't have a KYC like to match the finance?
So again, we've been asked about that. I'll have to put up a poll on Discord. I already told people we have showed our faces more than once. It's just we didn't do a QIC because, like I told people here, we kind of find them useless. Last thing that happened to a person that rug pulled after the QIC with Rug Dog was they literally just put his name out on Twitter. It's like, fine, whatever. It's nothing legal happened to him. So, we can't do a QIC. I've told that before. 2 of the devs won't agree, but I'm fine with doing QIC. I really don't have a problem with it. If you guys want it, I'll put up a poll on Discord so you guys can vote. and we'll use funds from the DAO fund to pay for QIC. I think it's like $2,000 or something. So, I can put up a vote if you guys want. It's not really a problem.
You went with bringing in Tulip, and to me that's a KYC way better than anything RugDoc can do. And I'll tell you this: the very, 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 very first KYC actual rug from KYC from RugDoc, the actual first rug that they did that was their first KYC. I was in that. And it was the first one that they provided, by the way, called CYF.
Yeah, and they don't actually do anything legal. They just share your name out on Twitter and things like that.
Yeah, no, it's not. There's no protection in their CYF.
Yeah, that's why we really didn't do it. It's more for show than for anything. If you guys want me to spend $2,000 for show, I can. It's really not a problem, but I really have a problem with the way things work in DeFi right now because, even some of the auditing services, I'm not going to get in on it, but some of those auditing services are some of the biggest scams I've ever seen. It's very difficult to get good ones. Certic is very good, and there are certainly very good ones, but there's a lot of auditing services that are just essentially just for show. They don't do anything. They have some intern looking at those fucking contracts for like 20 minutes and moving on. They charge like $10,000 and bam, you got a stamp saying you're audited and you're safe, and then you get hacked like 20 minutes later. So there's a lot of problems with these things, and DeFi, some of them are really just to appease people because they don't actually do anything. Trust me, I have several problems with that. We were approached by like 20 fucking auditing firms saying they would audit our contracts for way cheaper than everyone else. And we could have gone with them and said, yeah, hey, I have an audit here, but it would have been useless, right? So,
yeah, they were assertive.
There's a lot of things in DeFi that people put a lot of trust on that really don't deserve it. But again, if this is a community project, I do what the community wants me to do. It's the most important thing because again, you're the ones driving this and keeping us safe. So if you guys want me to do it, I'll do it. It's fine, and that goes for most things. If the community pushes for something they want really badly, we'll do it because this is driven by you guys. We're just basically your employees. That we work for you. We're a dev team for a DeFi project. It's essentially the control is decentralized. We work for you. So yeah. Anyone else want to say something or ask something?
Yeah, can I ask something? I just want to ask, in the case that the crypto space gets a little more difficult for a more prolonged period of time, just hypothetically, do you have plans for the project and even just personally, like do you have the energy to try to keep the project afloat in a prolonged period of time where volume and energy leaves the DeFi space or the crypto space? I'm just curious if you have thoughts on all of that.
Yeah, so we understand that is a risk. It happens in crypto all the time. People have been predicting a bear market, but then again, people have been predicting bear markets since the bull run started. People have been calling a bear market. So I take all of that with a grain of salt. But we have thought of it, and trust me, all we do is think about what can go wrong and what can go right, and how things could start failing, because we try to prepare for every possibility, and should that happen, we're gonna bolster our marketing efforts a lot more, because we're gonna have to attract more people, and we understand that the cost of acquisition for new people is going to go higher because there's a lot less attention, which means you'll have to go looking for it. It's not just going to find you, which means you're going to have to bolster your efforts. So we have thought of it. This will also drive us to probably expand our efforts on trying to get things out a lot faster, because this is essentially going to force us to continuously hoard attention for ourselves, and to do that, you need to be constantly coming out with new stuff to help keep the hype going. So we have thought of it, and yeah, of course, if in the matter of should we have the energy, dude, honestly, I am living my dream right now. We love doing this, and it's a lot of fun for us. And we don't get to do this if the project just dies. So we're gonna do our best, because we have to. It's if we continue this alive, and we can succeed, it will change all of our lives, and for way better. So I'm really hoping on it. I'm trying my best, because this is a game changer for me. It's gonna change my whole life, and I really never expected to be doing this, a year ago. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing everything I can, because this is allowing me to live my dream, and I'm gonna keep doing my best to make sure that it stays that way, because I'm not just gonna give up as soon as things start getting a little bit difficult, because no one ever succeeded if they give up as soon as things get hard, right? So I fully expect them to go hard. It's normal. If you succeed and you've never faced a challenge in life, I don't see how that's possible. So we'll know there's gonna be rough times, but we'll always continue working our best to make sure we can surpass that and get better and continue thriving. Did that answer your question, or?
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I know none of us can predict the future, so everything that you said is exactly what I would want to hear from a dev or a team. You have to put your faith behind someone, and conviction is obvious. So thank you. That's great.
So does anyone else have any more questions, guys?
I'll just quickly ask, the new auto compounder, is it selling G-Scarab?
The Firebird auto compounder.
The Firebird one that was launched recently.
We had a bit of a problem with that one. We thought we had discussed with them having a maximizer on the auto compounder. They're using regular auto compounder, so I'm pretty sure they're compounding as they without maximizing it. So yeah, they're not following the protocol strategy. That was an issue. We'll address it in the best way we can. That includes going to partnerships with other places to make sure that we can get a maximized auto compounding vault, that we approved and got out to you guys, because we're focused on giving you guys something, but we try to look for partnerships to get you what you guys want, especially in these things, because we understand that a maximizer auto compounding vault is much better, not just for you but for the protocol. So we're gonna work on getting you guys that. We're waiting on a few things until we can reveal more, but for now I can't reveal anything. It's all private talks yet, and it's not cool to discuss that in public until everyone's ready to announce things yet. So when we have that ready to announce, we'll come out to you guys with something. So yeah, and they are compounding, selling G-Scarab into Phantom again to compound.
I have a question regarding auto compounders. I am entirely new to DeFi, and when I found out about the auto compounders, I was like, this is like just heaven sent, because I have to do nothing. I just put my money into it, okay? And a lot of comments in the Telegram group, and as well here in the Discord, sometimes they say that the auto compounders are creating a selling pressure on Scarab. But the fact that they are compounding into the LPs of the protocol, is it good or are they doing harm to the protocol? I just want to have your take on this.
So it depends, right? If you put everything you have into auto compounders, it can hurt the protocol a little bit, but it also helps to maintain the peg because it creates buy pressure on Scarab. So if you're thinking as to how to help the protocol best, I would say to not put everything you have into an auto compounder and allocate like 30 to 40%. It does create some sell pressure on Scarab, but it creates buy pressure on Scarab. And when Scarab is above the peg, Scarab, gets more buy pressure because it's a more valuable asset. So, there's a little bit of a consideration to it. I never advise anyone to put all of their assets into an auto compounder, not just because of this situation with the protocol, but mainly because auto compounders can have some security issues. We try to go we don't go for partnerships that we don't vet ourselves, but even still, for example, what happened to Grim like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, they were audited, they did everything they should have done, but they still got hacked. So there are dangers to auto compounders. They present more vulnerabilities than traditional systems. So never put all of your assets into an auto compounder just for safety measures. I'm not no financial advice, but just as a warning call, should be careful. So this is a big one. It's be careful when you use auto compounders. If you do decide to put a lot of your assets into auto compounders, try to spread them out and see where they were forked from. So don't put all of your assets into 3 different auto compounders, but they were all forked from the same place and there were no changes, because if one of them has a vulnerability, the other ones will also have that same vulnerability. So yeah, that's my opinion and on auto compounders, just not on the protocol in general, but as a use in DeFi, you should always be careful with them. They do present some nice advantages, and I also use them from time to time. But be careful. They take a little bit higher risk when you use them, so keep that in mind when you decide to use an auto compounding vault. You should always keep that in mind. They come with a little bit of a higher risk, even if they're secure. I'm not calling the places that have auto compounders unsafe. That's not at all what I'm saying. It's just traditionally they have some higher risks, and they've been exploited before in a couple of situations. So we should always look out for that and be careful.
Okay, thank you very much.
Anyone else?
Could I ask for some clarity?
Project?
Go ahead with that one.
Is this your first project that you've been in?
So that we launched in the first project that we launched and been doing this. It is our first project in like this.
Okay.
I have a question. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
I was wondering, do you have any lessons that you learned from Tomb? Because I know Tomb was a big inspiration. Anything that you will not be doing that Tomb did?
So, the biggest lesson we can take from Tomb, first we disabled that zap in because it presents vulnerability. But I think the biggest lesson we have learned from them, it's something that I've made clear here. It's basically a matter of vision. I don't think the way they're trying to go about it is going to work. It's not, giving financial advice. I know it sounds shitty to be talking like that about my competition. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's just a disagreement I have. I have nothing for respect for the Tomb team. They achieved something amazing, but I've mentioned this before. I don't think that you can establish Tomb as a store of value. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Really not possible in my opinion. They're not going to replace the dollar, and they're not even going to replace Bitcoin, and that's just for a matter of stability. You need to be really, really, really stable. The reason no cryptocurrency today is used as an actual asset by the financial system as a whole for transactions, even though it's clearly superior in many ways when it comes to the actual power where you're transactioning assets, it's because it's so unstable. So I think it's a lofty goal to try to turn Tomb into a store of value, but it's never going to happen. You're not going to replace a dollar with it. So our view is a little bit different because we're not trying to do that with Scarab, and we never will. It's not our goal. Our goal is to use this protocol to attract liquidity, so we can use that liquidity to generate revenue and maintain the protocol like that. That's to me is the only way you can do this. I don't see a way where you can maintain the value of T-shirt, for example, after the emission stop, if you don't generate revenue at all, because what is the point of holding a T-shirt now in April going to be if I'm not getting Tomb out of it, what is the point of having Tomb LP if I'm not getting T-shirts? So I don't understand it. I don't know how they're going to do it. But that is the biggest difference for me. Is I don't see a way where you can turn a token like this into a dollar essentially. It doesn't compute for me. It doesn't make sense. The maths don't add up. You need to generate revenue to present the APRs that you're presenting. So it doesn't really add up. It's not something I think is feasible, but I think the only way to go about it is really you have to create a lot of assets that generate revenue for you using the liquidity that you get, so you can then actually bring part of those APRs from something other than people jumping in. So that to me is the biggest lesson we can learn from them, is a shift in direction in that sense. Any other questions?
Wrap it up.
So, if there are no more questions, I'm gonna go, guys. Thank you all for your time. It's always nice speaking with you. As always, if anyone wants to ask me something, just hit me up in DMs. I'll try to get to them when I can. I want to thank you all again for your time. It's nice talking to you guys, and it's cool that you come here, listen to me ramble a little bit. So, thank you, and bye, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, so it looks like people really are buying these frog tokens. 573% in 4 days. That launched quickly. This might actually do something, but it's probably just a meme coin, because Daniel, the creator of Time and Spell and Mem, is launching a project on Phantom, and so is Andre Cronje, the creator of Yearn and the developer for Phantom. He actually built DeFi on Phantom, so his project should be pretty good. That is the VE33 protocol. Medium post he recently posted. Let's see. Have it in here. Oh, I sent it to this guy. So Andre's launching this. It looks like it says solid. Solid and then a word with 4 letters is what I see. I don't know what you guys see, but that's what I see. Solid and a word with 4 letters. Solid node? I don't know, but it's a variation of ohm. It's different. It's not just a ohm wink. I mean, a ohm fork. It's reading and talking, dyslexia. It's not like it's a tomb fork. It's God, it's a ohm fork, but it's got a lot of variations to it. So as we know, Phantom's doing well in the midst of the market not doing well. Other coins are doing well. I always notice that Harmony One moves with Phantom for some reason or another. It moves with Phantom. When Phantom's doing well, Harmony's doing well. Harmony's actually doing better than Phantom today. I'm not sure about the week. But the Phantom ecosystem is a ridiculously low cap ecosystem. A highly functioning low cap ecosystem. So it can support lots and lots of retail traders, and all of these market caps are going to go from 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million to 100 million very quickly. We just need Andre and Daniel are going to launch their separate projects on Phantom. That's going to bring in millions of people. Are going to flood into Phantom when they launch, as well as Coinbase being right around the corner. It has to be. It has to be. So we got that to look forward to. We've done well on this channel. We've been stacking our Phantom altcoins for a long time. We've had undying faith in Phantom. So 2021 was the setup. 2022 is the reward. If you like the channel, please subscribe. Check out Scarab Finance at scarab.finance, and check out the interview I did with the developer over on my channel. Thanks for watching. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream.